Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shireen. I'm an interior designer in New York City, and I'm coming to you from one of our residential projects that we are working on, continuing our series on what to expect when hiring a designer. To talk and show in this video a project that unfortunately could not be finished with execution, but the design is flawless. We started with a custom piece of furniture in this beautiful wavy shape. It's a black color that was very practical, and it wasn't something that we bought. We actually had it custom made by our friends Olivia Oak. The color and the shape is based on the design of the apartment. As you can see above, there was a really simple kitchen to the left of this built-in banquette that we put in. We ended up doing a bit of a remodeling here and adding a bar. We extended a mini fridge and another cabinet for some additional storage. And all of that matches not just the banquette that we installed, but also the kitchen. There's a background wall behind there which has multiple colors. I'll show you the render and I'll show you what we finally decided on. The client wanted to go with this splatter art, which was how it turned out here. In the renders, you'll see there's a slightly different design. We went through multiple different wallpapers, and finally, to finish it up, we went ahead and stuck with the sphere lamp, which is an awesome piece that has these clear glass bulbs that are completely see-through, and we mimicked that same lamp on the other side of the living room, which we'll show you the render for. Let me walk you a bit through what the living room would have looked like. On this side is the living room that I just mentioned. It's full of paintings. It has a beautiful view outside, and I want to tell you a little bit about what we were thinking with the television. So here you could have had a television that's a rolling TV, and it would have fit perfectly underneath this windowsill. Then you can pull it up whenever you wanted to see it and then kind of have it go away whenever you're done with it. I thought that that was a really fun idea. And the other option, if you didn't want to go with a rolling TV, would have been to put the television on the pedestal, which is this built-in load-bearing wall in the side of the room, and that was what you would see in the render. So above the custom bar, we have a custom metal shelf. This was going to be fairly heavy, and one of the ways that we thought to bring down the cost was, instead of using actual glass, we could have used plexi. You just want to be sure that you're not going too far or too wide in order to have it bow in the center, and you can potentially use plexiglass in something like this, and it would have an awesome set for the bar. Up on the ceiling, we have the platinum color, which is basically a silver leaf, and the thought behind this design was to bring in as much light as possible into the space. The client absolutely loves color and wants to have as many pops and gem tones as possible, and that silver continues to illuminate all of those colors throughout, and would have been a really fun way to diversify the great room from the rest of the spaces. As we look at the banquette, in front of that, we have a custom table, and this is a custom maple table that was poured with a black resin and a black tulip base. I thought this was a great way to have something that can be moved around the banquette, because the other thing we didn't mention about the banquette is that it's actually storage. You can lift up those areas and access whatever storage areas you want to beneath it, and the plan is for a custom upholstery to sit on the base as well as the back up underneath the splattered artwork. Next up, with the adjacent kitchen, we did add in some additional lighting, because lighting makes all the difference. So that you could see the slotted wood underneath the bar, we went ahead and put in a custom LED light strip and added a light switch for that. The client had some chairs that they were gifted and ended up keeping those bar stools. In the render, you'll see slightly different bar stools that we would have recommended, and then that ties into the additional pops of color on the other side of the room. This living room was more of a less traditional space with kind of flexible furniture. You'll see in the drawings we had separate chairs and chairs and a half that can be moved around instead of your traditional sectional or sofa. The seating is creative in that you can sit on one or the other side of these different styles of seats. The green chairs have a beautiful metallic backing that comes up in the back that ties together the metal and the bar stools, and also gives something beautifully visual to look at when you walk in through the kitchen. The bright yellow chairs against the windows bring in, again, brightness and light, and we were really strategic with the small side tables in between, and then last but not least is the coffee table in that space, which we loved this like spilled poodle amoeba shape style coffee table. It just really gives off that feel of an non-traditional shaped space, because this is a triangular space, and then still giving as much movement and fluidity to move around. Last but not least, when you have a wall full of windows like this, the best way to handle it is a floor-to-ceiling curtain. Motorized curtains or drapery is what I would recommend. In this case, that's what we have here. And these are a white light filtering curtains that can encapsulate the entire room or completely open up to give full visibility. Now I'll show you the main room, which has a pop of color type aesthetic with navy blues and a ceiling that has a handmade design, so that when the client is lying down, they feel tranquility with colors that match their space. We added in a rug. This Moroccan rug was actually the client's own. My suggestion would be to put a nice, thick, heavy Berber underneath it that's a little bit larger and layer in this space. And then after that, we added a soft color to the wall, the curtains, and we also had the dresser refinished to go with this pink and blue color scheme, and then some of the grays, which have a cooler undertone to bring all of these colors together. There's also a painting over in the corner, which is the client's own, and something important to remember is the colors of the doors. In the hallway, all of the colors are the same, but when you go out into the individual rooms, they all change, and the colors of the doors match the corresponding rooms. In this case, we had to make a color change to the doors on the outside and the inside. So outside they're all gray, but inside all the door colors are different. On this other part, I'll show you the bathroom, which has white on the inside, and then in the living room, you can see the door is gray, and the guest room, it's black because of the color scheme of pink and black in that room. Finally, this is all the remodeling that we could get accomplished in the apartment. We are so thankful to have the opportunity to work with this client, and we wish them all the best.
Any other questions? Let me know. hello@greenshareendesign.com. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere on YouTube, but you chose to be with me, and I appreciate that. I will see you next time, Thursday after next. Take care of yourselves. Bye.